Contestant number 6, LeLynn, Koch, of Pillbugs and Hermit crabs. Of Pillbugs and Hermit crabs, LeLynn, Koch.
Y'all had pillbug farms when you were a kid, didn't you? You know, just like an ant farm, only with those roly-poly bugs. My daughter Aubrey certainly did. At age 6, I caught her gathering them and putting them into a shoebox. I promise I'll take good care of them, Mama. So I let them in the house, where they got loose and made an eerie, crunchy sound like when they got stepped on. A few years later, she graduated to wolf spiders. If you don't know what those are, they're like little tarantulas, about that big, hairy legs, and fangs. Those I banned to the garage. She spent many hours gathering her wolf spiders and putting them in their new home. Until one day, I heard a deathly scream from the garage. I ran in to check on her. There was Aubrey with tears in the corners of her eyes and a wolf spider dangling from her finger. At the coast, she would gather sand crabs and put them in a bucket and hide them in the bathroom. I discovered them the next morning with the odor. My husband cannot say no to a stray animal. He brought home the mangiest Cocker Spaniel one night. The next morning, I saw Aubrey gently petting it. Wait a minute. On closer inspection, she was picking something out and putting them in a box. Fellow Toastmasters, I have other memories of my daughter. I remember towards the end of 6th grade, her sitting straddle-legged on my lap, her head buried in my shoulder, sobbing uncontrollably. Why can't I read like the other kids? My heart broke. I found out she had a learning disability. My child, who had brought me every book and brought them until I grew hoarse from reading to her, who could tell me elaborate stories, could not read or spell or write. For 4 years, I wrestled with teachers and administrators. Finally, by the end of 4th grade, she was released from special ed, and they recommended her for gifted. Middle school was okay. She was in band, she was in the gifted program, and then she was accepted to a magnet school for high school and began her freshman year. I was at work one day when I received the phone call. Mrs. Koch, mother of Aubrey Koch? Yes. You need to come get your daughter. She's drunk. Drunk?
Yeah.
Seems she brought a water bottle with tequila to school. On my way to the school, I thought that there had to be a mistake. It's a different Aubrey. But there she was, in the principal's office, teary-eyed, forlorn, and my heart broke again. Some words that my pastor told me at that time helped me get through the next few months. He said, remember, our God is a God of second chances. Aubrey had to go to juvie. She had to wear a uniform, sit in school all day, not speaking to another child. She had to do community service hours and appear in court. I had to take classes where the instructor confirmed that I was indeed the worst parent in the universe. She spent 2.5 years at 4 different high schools. I bribed her to finally graduate. She tried to stand at SAC, flunked out, swore she was through with school. She got a job at Luby's where she was going to earn enough money to buy a van and go to California. My mother assured me that it was a good thing that she was setting goals. She tried SAC again a year later. She wanted to become a nurse. Turned out the science she was taking was easy. So she said, I'll be a doctor. After a year and a half at SAC, she transferred to UT. She couldn't decide exactly what degree to get for the pre-med. One day I got a call. Mom, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my degree in marine biology. I've got to go to Port Aransas for a lab next summer. It's a good thing she couldn't see me. I was doing it. Her mentor at that lab in Port Aransas, UT Marine Science Institute, suggested that she apply for a doctoral program. By the time that summer was over, she was through with the medical school idea and ready to be a marine scientist. Our family travels to South Carolina every year. We stop at Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and stay at the beach. When she was 19, she walked to the water line and picked up a crab. And in that crab was a hermit crab. And I watched as she showed her dad, and they poked at it and they cooed over it. And then she said, Mom, can I take it? It never lasted the trip. And though I feigned annoyance, deep down, I was laughing. Because I knew that girl. That was that little girl that played with Pillbugs. And I knew that she wasn't the only one who got a second chance. Mr. Chester.